Authors Playhouse. Presenting Johnny Cartwright's Camera, an original story especially adapted for this program by Nelson S. Bond.
What's the verdict? Hold that pose. There, that's it.
How do you like this for composition? Got it on a dark day. F25 at 1/200.
Now, a little smile, please. Ah.
A camera. What is it anyway? A toy? A gadget? A wastrel hobby to consume the time and money of 250,000 shutter-snapping fiends? Or a tiny box in which beats the heart of humanity? A box wherein may be imperishably captured moments of joy, or fear, or sorrow. Tonight, though, we bring you the story of a different sort of camera. The camera of Johnny Cartwright, which, through some strange fault we do not understand, mirrored not that which lay before its lens, but, well, listen and judge for yourself. The story opens in the darkroom of the Daily Blade, where Johnny Cartwright, the Blade's ace cameraman, is developing some pictures. With him is his alleged assistant.
Whistle while you work. Hey, Dopey.
Yeah, Mr. Cartwright? Call me Mr. Cartwright? What is it, huh?
Hand me that frame of plates over there on the shelf. And be careful. I had a tough time getting those shots.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cartwright. Right away, Mr. Cartwright. Here they are. Oh!
Look out there. Ooh, great day in the morning. Look at that. You smashed every confounded plate in the rack, you clumsy, good-for-nothing idiot for 2 cents.
Oh, golly, Mr. Cartwright, I'm awful sorry. Gee, I didn't mean to do nothing like that, Mr. Cartwright. Honest, I sort of let loose my hold like...
Oh, shut up. Oh. A whole day's work smashed to smithereens. Of all the witless wonders. Oh, well. Clean up the mess, Dopey. I'm going out and grab a handful of aspirin.
Yeah, Mr. Cartwright, of course. Sure, Mr. Cartwright. I'll take care of everything. Just leave it to me, Mr. Cartwright.
It isn't enough. They should underpay me every week. I've also got to put up with stuff like that.
Hi there, Johnny. Hey, how do you spell chrysanthemum?
You don't spell them, you smell them. Why?
The chief made me cover the flower show for Janie.
No.
Fugitive from a daisy chain, that's me. Trouble all day long. Nothing but trouble.
Trouble? Huh. You've got trouble. Listen, Ted, you don't know from nothing. You ought to have something like Dopey Carruthers clinging to you like a shroud.
Oh, so that's it, huh? Dopey again. He's not very smart, is he? Hey, why on earth did you ever hire him?
I didn't hire him. The chief did. He just happens to be the chief's brother-in-law, that's all. Uh-oh. Speak of the devil, don't look, but here comes the chief now.
Cartwright. Lane.
Yes,
Yes,
Chief?
Chief?
Get up off your brains. The SS Victor docks today from Rio. Pier 63. Senorita De Luise is aboard. Get going.
Gee, Louise.
What?
The Brazilian four-alarmer? Oh, boy, gangway.
The glorious Gloria, huh? You're not kidding, Chief? Hey, Dopey,
Yes, Mr. Cartwright?
bring me my Graflex and the film pack adapter and 3 packs of Super Plan and make it snappy. Oh, boy, DeLuise, huh? The South American suede.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever knew you two to show such interest in your work.
Off work, he calls it. Chief, by me, this is strictly pleasure.
Here's your camera, Mr. Cartwright, and the films. Oh, where you going, Mr. Cartwright? You going somewhere, Mr. Cartwright, are you, huh?
We are departing, my little man, to bask in the effulgence of the deliriously delicious Senorita De Luise, sometimes known as the Brazilian rumba number.
The gal who put the hot saw in La Cucaracha.
Oh, golly, Senorita Delise. Gee, Mr. Cartwright, I seen her once in moon pictures I did. She's nice, ain't she, Mr. Cartwright? She's got talent, she has. She dances awful pretty, too. All in one spot, without hardly moving her feet much, sort of. Gee, can I go too, Mr. Cartwright? Please, can I, Mr. Cartwright, huh? Can I go too?
Absolutely not. I don't want you messing up an otherwise pleasant afternoon.
I beg your pardon, Cartwright. Do you mean to intimate that my brother-in-law
Oh, all right then. Come along, Dopey, but make it snappy. We've got to catch the ship before she lands.
Senorita,
Senor DeLuise, how do you like the United States?
Senorita, do you believe vaudeville will really make a comeback? Miss DeLuise, do you find American men more or less attractive than the men of your country?
Well,
Senorita, is it true that Hollywood wants you to dance with Fred Astaire in his new picture?
Yeah, how about that?
Boys, you must not ask me this question so quick. I do not well understand English yet. It makes my head do, how you say it, sweep.
What's that, Johnny?
Pictures, remember? I came here to get some pictures.
Oh, yeah, of course. Senorita DeLuise.
Yes.
My cameraman is here. Would you mind if he took a few pictures for our newspaper?
Pictures?
Yes.
Why, no, of course not.
Fine. Then if you'll be kind enough to sit over here on this rail, Senorita.
Like this?
Yeah, that's it. Now, if you'll just cross your...
You Americans, you're so frank. But if you insist. Like this, you mean?
Yeah, like that. I mean, just like that. Okay, Dopey, let's have the camera.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cartwright. Coming right up. Here you are, Mr. Cartwright.
Dopey, grab that camera.
Oh, what have you done now?
Oh, golly, it slipped right out of my hands, Mr. Cartwright. Gee, I'm so sorry, Mr. Cartwright. Honest, I am. I didn't mean to drop
You
it.
blundering nitwit of all the dumb idiots in creation.
I'm terrible sorry, Mr. Cartwright. Gee, I didn't mean to drop it, honest. I just sort of tripped over that shadow, I did.
Give me that box. If it's broken, I'll carve your cranium into a totem pole. Let me see it.
Sorry.
Yeah, the lens seems to be okay. The shutter's not broken.
Don't lose your balance.
Well, more by good luck than anything else. It doesn't seem to be damaged. A good thing for you, too, or I'd have... Well, never mind. If you're ready now, Senorita DeLuise.
Oh, certainly, senor. How is this?
Well, just a trifle higher. Don't mind.
Higher on the rail. But I would be frightened,
No,
senor.
I didn't mean the rail. I meant your
I see. You mean like this? Is this satisfactory?
Baby, it ain't bad.
Come on, Ada. Sweet little Ada from Decatur. Come to Papa.
Five and deuce him, Dice. He's as hot as a firecracker.
I never saw such love. Oh, what's the matter, Ted? Don't you want a piece of it?
Not me. Next time I shoot craps with you, I'm going to use my own dice.
Well, how about you, Johnny? You're not quitting, too.
Yeah, I'm clean. You're the laundry. Come on, Ted. Let's get out of this den of iniquity. See you lugs later.
All right.
I'll take $2 of it.
Okay, Roy.
What's the point?
Those prints ought to be dry by now. Let's go see what we got. Huh?
Okay.
That's funny. Dopey. Hey, Dopey.
He's not in the dark room?
Not unless he's taking a bath in the hypo pan. Gone again. I tell you, that guy's the laziest, the good for nothing. Oh, there you are. Where have you been? Where are those shots we took of DeLuise?
Oh, hello, Mr. Cartwright. Oh, Mr. Lane. Pictures, Mr. Cartwright? Well, I finished developing them, I did, and I took them over to the boss. He wanted to see them right away. He was figuring on using them in a 3-star. Until he seen them, that is.
Until he... Hey, what do you mean? Did they turn out? You mean the camera did get broken after all?
It wasn't exactly that, Mr. Cartwright. Well, maybe you better go see the boss yourself. He wants to see you and Mr. Lane, he does.
All right, we will. Come on, Ted.
Okay.
Oh, boy, if there's anything wrong with my camera, I'll take it out on your hide, Dopey.
I wonder what the boss wants.
You got me.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is it?
John Cartwright, Chief, and Ted Lane.
Oh, you. Very well. Come in.
Dopey, Carruthers said you wanted to see us, boss.
Yeah, that's right. Well, boys, didn't take you very long to cover your assignment, did it?
Well, you know us, Chief. Do or die for the dear old blade.
I like that. Especially the die part. And you, Ted? I suppose you got a fine story.
Yeah, it's on the spike. Didn't you see it?
I have. And a more brilliant accumulation of trite, uninspired banalities I've never read in 20 years of editing.
Well, after all, Chief, what do you expect of a a professional dancer? She's not here to exhibit her brains to the American public. Her feature attraction is...
That'll do. And you, Johnny, while Lane was preparing this staggering opus, I suppose you were making some startling shots of Senorita DeLuise's celebrated profile.
Oh, is that what you call them? You learn something every day, huh? Maybe I ought to title those pics, Profiles in Nylon, huh?
Yeah, those pics. Maybe you two ought to start looking for new jobs.
What? Well, we didn't do nothing.
Come clean. What was the score?
The score?
I suppose you didn't go to the ball game. Then where were you? Bending elbows down at Joe's place?
Hey, now, wait a minute, Chief. You sent us to interview DeLuise, and that's what went. You've seen the proof, haven't you?
Have I?
The pics. You've seen the pics, haven't you?
I've seen these. That's what you mean.
But what's wrong?
There are your pictures. Look at them. A fine pair of newspaper men you are.
Hey, but wait a minute. These aren't pictures of Gloria DeLuise at all.
You're telling me?
Hey, they're pictures of a steamship.
On fire.
At just about the same spot where we were today. Look, Ted.
Yeah, I remember that, Doc. Golly, look, small boats being lowered.
Water dotted with the heads of swimmers.
People jumping from the burning ship and the fireboats racing up.
Jeepers, look at this one. The smoke has cleared away, and you can see the ship's name.
The SS Cymbeline. But this is terrible.
Awful. We didn't see anything like this. When did it happen?
That's just it, you fakers. It didn't happen. The SS Cymbeline's on her way here from Bermuda at this moment. She won't dock till tomorrow. And now, get out of here. You're fired, both of you.
Oh, but, Chief, I tell you, there must be some mistake. I didn't take these pictures. Ask Dopey. He'll tell you.
Don't try to pass the buck, Cartwright. Dopey, my brother-in-law brought me these pictures right out of your camera. Now, get out. I'm counting 3. If you two are out of my sight by the time I... 1, 2...
I knew I shouldn't have chipped in on that bronze paperweight last Christmas.
Mr. Cartwright?
Yes, what is it, Dopey?
I'm sorry if I got you in trouble, Mr. Cartwright. Honest, I am. I didn't mean no harm, Mr. Cartwright, but you said I was to take them pictures to the editor as soon as they was developed, so I did.
Oh, shut up. You know perfectly well those aren't the pictures I snapped on the Victory.
Well, honest to goodness, Mr. Cartwright, them was the pictures that was in the camera. I developed them myself. I seen them ship fire scenes coming up, and I thought it was kind of funny. But you told me to give the prints to the chief.
Okay. You're as sappy as a maple tree in April. Or else you're covering up some dumb trick of your own. Yeah, but see if I care. I can find a better job than this in 5 minutes. Blindfolded, too. What do you say, Ted?
Ditto. In spades. I never did like working for this rag anyhow. Well, Johnny, who will give the first break? The Globe?
Oh, the Trib's an up-and-coming sheet.
Okay, the Trib it is. You ready?
Oh, 1 minute. Hand me that camera, Dopey. It's mine, not the Blade's. And, hand me a couple dozen film packs while you're at it.
Oh, but Mr. Cartwright, that wouldn't be honest.
Don't give me arguments. Give me film packs. I'm declaring myself a dividend, a little farewell present from the paper.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cartwright. About that Graflex of yours, Mr. Cartwright, I was looking at it. I think it got sort of damaged like when it fell. Sort of, huh? I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Cartwright. The lens and shutter are out of alignment. But if you let me, I think I can fix it for you. I'm a good mechanic, Mr. Cartwright. Honest, I am.
Skip it. Gimme. All right, Ted.
Whenever you are.
Okay, let's get going. So long, Dopey. And if I never see you again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, seems funny to be walking out of the old dump forever, doesn't it?
What's the matter? Going soft on me? Look, the door of the chief's office is open. I'm going to snap a farewell picture of the old slob.
What for, your memory book?
No, to enter in the annual wildlife picture contest. Human anteater lurking in his lair. There, I got it. Now let's get out of here, Ted. Tribune, dust off the welcome mat. Here comes repertorial and photographic genius.
Boys, I'd like to have you on the Tribune, but we're overstaffed as it is. However, if you'll accept $15 a week as a starting salary...
$15 a week? Are you kidding?
Listen, we're making 40 now.
You were making 40. 15's the best I can do. Take it or leave it.
Come on, Ted, let's get out of here.
Sorry, fellas. The Globe doesn't need any men just now. Maybe in a few months we can find an opening.
What do we eat in the meantime? Ozone?
Job.
Are you joking? We're not hiring men now. We're laying them off. Why don't you try the Blade? I understand they just lost a pair of no-account hacks.
Yeah?
Well, yourself.
We've covered the town like a blanket, and it's no soap. Now what?
Oh, I don't know. What's the matter with the rags in this burg, anyhow? Don't they recognize genius when they see it?
Johnny, do you think we maybe made a mistake? Perhaps we ought to go back and apologize.
Not in a million years. I'd rather die of starvation first.
Is that a vow or a prediction? Well, we can't sit on this park bench all night. I'm going home and sleep. How about you?
Yeah, I guess I'd better grab a hunk of shut-eye, too. Yeah, I wish I had a darkroom in my flat, though.
Darkroom? What for?
Well, those pics I snapped while we were wandering around this afternoon.
Oh.
How in the dickens am I going to get them developed now that I can't use the Blade's equipment? That snap of the breeze-blown blonde in front of the First National Bank. Boy, that ought to be a breath snatcher in any man's library. Yeah, oh, well. I'll figure that out in the morning. Well, see you about 2 tomorrow, huh?
2, right. At Joe's place. We'll keep on hunting for jobs, even if we have to go all the way across the water to Brooklyn.
Morning, Mabel.
Morning, your Aunt Tilly, Mr. Cartwright. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. Why aren't you at work?
Why don't you mind your own business? Give me some orange juice and cereal, bacon and eggs, toast and coffee.
Orange juice coming up. Sweets to the sweet. That's what I always say. Shoot one from guns. Couple donkets.
Paper, Danny Blade. Read all about the big... paper, mister?
Yeah, give me a blade.
Here you are, mister. Piper, read all about it.
Holy cow!
What's the matter?
The matter? Look at this headline.
Huh?
12 dead, 130 injured in river tragedy. Boiler explosion blamed for fire aboard SS Cymbeline. Fireman fight, spread of flames. Pier 63 threatened. For further exclusive Blade photographs, turn to page 9.
Oh, ain't that awful? It's like I always said, them excursions.
Awful? Listen, you don't realize what this means. Let me out of here.
Well, it's your breakfast.
Oh, eat it yourself. You burned it.
Johnny! Hey, Johnny, look. The paper. Did you see the paper?
Did I? You bet I did. Come on, let's go find out what this is all about. Hey, Bud, is the chief in?
No, but he said when you two came in, you were to wait for him. He wants to see you.
Yeah, I figured he would. Come on, Ted. We'll wait in the dark room. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Mr. Cartwright. Oh, Mr. Lane.
Hi.
Gee, I'm glad you come back. I am. I missed you. Do you want I should work on that camera now?
Don't touch-a-vous. That's French for keep your paws off, Dopey. But there's a half a pack in the adapter. You can develop it if you want to.
Half a pack, Mr. Cartwright?
Yeah.
Well, sure, Mr. Cartwright. I'll develop it right away. What's in it, Mr. Cartwright?
Oh, various and sundry junk. I don't know. They that snap of the chief and those shots I nagged around town yesterday afternoon. Wait till you see that babe I told you about. Hey, there's the boss now. Oh, Chief. Chief.
Ah, there, Cartwright. Lane.
Hiya, Chief.
Hi,
Glad to
Chief.
see
What do
you.
you say?
Come into my private office.
Okay, Chief.
Sure, Chief.
Chief, that story.
Those pics, Chief.
Boys, you're both hired back again, and I'm putting through raises. Those pictures were the most astounding example of newspaper ingenuity I've seen in all the years of my experience. But, Johnny, how'd you know that fire was going to happen? Did you have an inside tip? It was sabotage, wasn't it? I hope you two didn't get involved in anything illegal.
Chief, listen. Those pics weren't faked. They were...
Won't reveal your source of information, eh, Johnny? Well, that's your privilege as a newspaper man. I won't question you any further. The results satisfy me. Here, have a cigar.
Oh, thanks, Chief.
Say, thanks.
I'm sorry if I seemed a little impetuous yesterday, but accidents happen, you know. And you must admit circumstances were a trifle peculiar, but in the future... Yeah? What is it?
It's me.
Oh, the fly in the ointment.
Now, Johnny, I asked you not to talk that way about my own brother-in-law. Come in.
Here's them pictures you asked me to develop, Mr. Cartwright.
Oh, yes, thanks. Well, what are you hanging around for?
Well, they're kind of funny, Mr. Cartwright. Are you sure that their camera's working all right? I mean, I'd like to fix it for you if you let me, Mr. Cartwright.
Funny? What's so funny about him? Hey, who told you to snap pictures around here?
I didn't snap no pictures, Mr. Cartwright. Them pictures was in the camera, honest. That's what I was talking about when I said...
Yes, I see. You'd better run along, Dopey.
Yes, sir, sure, Mr. Cartwright. If you say so. But I still say there's something awful funny going on.
Now, Chief, what was it you were saying about in the future?
Why, simply that in the future, boys, I'm going to see that you have more opportunity to display your talents.
Ted.
Quiet, Johnny. The boss is talking.
I know, but look at these pictures.
Later. Go ahead, boss. You were saying...
Just a moment. Johnny, what's wrong?
Chief, you just handed Ted and me cigars, didn't you?
What? Why, yes, I did.
And very good ones, too.
It's the first time in all the years we've been working here you ever did such a thing, isn't it?
Why, come to think of it, I believe it is. But what is that to do with...
Well, then, look at these pictures Dopey just handed. This top one shows you handing cigars to Ted and me.
What? Why, that's impossible.
Let me see that, Johnny. Hey, it does.
That's why I asked Dopey if he snapped any pictures around here, but he said he didn't. And now, after studying all of them, I believe him. Here, look at the rest of these. See this one?
A traffic jam in Duffy Square. Well, what's so unusual about that?
Nothing. Except that when I took it, it was a picture of an automobile accident.
But there's no accident there now.
I know. And this one?
An empty park bench in Central Park.
There were two lovers wrapped up like toasted marshmallows on the bench when I snapped the picture. And this picture of two bricklayers showed LaGuardia laying a cornerstone.
There's no little flower in it now.
And this one? This one was the one I told you about, Ted.
Yeah?
The breeze-blown honey in front of the First National. But look at it now.
Sweet saints. 3 thugs blasting their way out of a bank. A black limousine at the curb. Bystanders running away. A guard shot. It's a holdup, Johnny. But, well, why wasn't it reported? I didn't see anything about it in today's paper.
What's that? Robbery at the First National Bank? Of course you didn't see anything about it in the Blade, because it didn't happen.
No, that's right. It didn't happen. It will happen, though, this afternoon.
What? Johnny, you feel all right?
Cartwright, you must be crazy. What do you mean it'll happen this afternoon? Yeah? Yeah, what is it?
Chief, we just got a flash from police headquarters. The First National Bank was held up 3 minutes ago. 3 robbers shot a guard and escaped in a black limousine. And
3 robbers in a black 3 minutes ago? Holy smoke! Tear out the front page. Stop the presents. Send a copy boy up here this minute.
Oh, sure, boss.
And hurry. I got a picture of that robbery. Another marvelous job, Johnny. You're second in as many days. But you'll get in trouble hiding the source of these tips, my boy. We've got to tell the police. Even wonderful montage jobs like these.
Oh, but it wasn't a montage job, Chief. That picture was the real thing.
Real thing?
Johnny, I don't understand.
No, neither do I completely. But I think I'm beginning to. Ted, you remember when Dopey dropped my camera on the deck of the Victory?
Yeah, of course.
Well, something clicked. We thought the box was all right, though, and it was. Except that somehow something inside got messed up.
I'll say.
That's why we didn't bring back any pictures of DeLuise. Instead, we got pictures of a more important event that was going to happen at the same spot 24 hours later.
24 hours?
Don't ask me how or why. I'm as much in the dark as you. I'm a cameraman, not a physicist. All I know is my camera was damaged in such a way that it now takes pictures of what will happen in the spot its lens is focused the next day.
But that's impossible.
Incredible, yes, but not impossible. Now, I'm no physicist either, but I think I see an explanation. Dopey said the lens and the shutter were knocked out of alignment. Well, maybe they've fallen into some crazy angle in relation to each other so that Johnny's camera now takes pictures through the 4th dimension.
The what? What are you talking?
The 4th dimension is the time dimension, you know.
Time dimension? What does that mean?
Why, time is the 4th dimension of space, that's all. Look, I'll show you. Suppose I arranged to meet you at the corner of 45th and Broadway. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But if I were on the ground floor and you were on the 3rd floor, we wouldn't meet, would we?
Why, no, but...
That's because height is the 3rd dimension of space. Now, suppose we arranged to meet on the 3rd floor of a building at 45th and Broadway, but I was there on Tuesday and you were there on Wednesday. We still wouldn't meet because time is the 4th dimension of space. There. You get it?
Frankly, no.
And neither do I exactly, but I don't care much. All I know is that if Ted's right, we've got something here that'll make a fortune for all of us. For us and for the Blade.
Great guns. I see what you mean. Tomorrow's headlines today.
Exactly. All the important battles, the big national events, gala openings...
Election results, crimes, big society shindig.
We'll hire experts to analyze that box, study the twisted alignment, and build 1,000 cameras just like it. We three'll form a corporation.
patent the camera that pictures tomorrow's news.
Another angle, too. We'll keep this under our hats for a while till we clean up big. Think of the horse races, the football games, stock market tips.
It's worth millions, billions, trillions.
And all because Dopey dropped my camera on the deck of the SS Victory.
But you don't have to hold that against me no longer, Mr. Cartwright. No, sir, you don't.
Ooh. Oh, you, Dopey. What's that? Hold it against you. Oh, I don't, Dopey, I don't. All is forgiven.
Because I fixed your camera for you. You see, Mr. Cartwright? Golly, it was an awful mess. Them insides were all scrambled up, but I straightened them all out. I'm a good mechanic. Oh, hey, Mr. Cartwright. Why are you looking at me like that? And you, Mr. Lane. And you, boss. Hey, let go of me. Help!
Brother,
Calling all cars. Go to Daily Blade office immediately. Man being attacked by 3 lunatics. That is all.
You have just heard Johnny Cartwright's Camera, written by Nelson S. Bond and adapted especially for Author's Playhouse by the author. The production was directed by Mr. Homer Heck. Mr. Stephen Hill was featured in the role of Johnny Cartwright. Mr. George Caesar played the part of Dopey, and Mr. Gil Faust was heard as Ted Lane. Others in the cast were Miss Geraldine Kay, Miss Elmira Ressler, Mr. Clock Ryder, Mr. Ray Suber, Mr. Johnny Coons, and Mr. Dick Shankland. The original musical score was written and conducted by Dr. Roy Shield. This has been the third in a new 9-week series of Author's Playhouse productions, radio adaptations of the best in the of short stories, selections from the works of contemporary writers, as well as the acknowledged masters of the past. These 9 dramas represent outstanding productions presented on the weekly Author's Playhouse series, heard regularly over NBC for the past 3 years.